Imagine waking up to 210 strangers partying on your property without permission. And the mastermind. Your HOA Karen neighbor who thinks she owns your land? Stick around, because karma hits hard in this one. *K fam. Welcome back to the AC channel, where we dive into the wildest neighbor drama and real-life karma stories. Today's story is next level. A Karen from an HOA. Yep. The kind we all love to hate decided to throw a 210-person wedding extravaganza on my property. No invite, no heads up, just pure chaos. And let me tell you, the way this backfires on her, oh, it's so good you'll be glued to your screen. Let's grab a snack, hit that like button to keep the algorithm happy, and let's dive into this insane story. Oh, and comment below. Have you ever dealt with a Karen neighbor? I want to hear your stories. Alright, let's set the stage. I live in this quiet little neighborhood. Think picket fences, kids on bikes, the whole vibe. It's not perfect, but it's home, right? My house has this big backyard, about half an acre, and it's my pride and joy. I'm out there every weekend, mowing the lawn, planting flowers, making it my own little oasis. But there's one problem. Karen. Not just any Karen. This is HOA Karen, the queen of clipboard tyranny. You know the type. She's the one who measures your grass to make sure it's not a quarter-inch too tall. Who sends you passive-aggressive letters about your mailbox color. Yeah, her. Now, if you've ever dealt with an HOA, you know they're like the government of your cul-de-sac. It's rules for everything. And Karen, she's the self-appointed enforcer. For years, she's been on my case. Your fence is too high. Your trash cans were out past 7 p.m. I mean, come on, Karen, live a little. But I never thought she'd take it this far. Spoiler alert, she did. And it's about to get wild. Stick with me, because at the 2-minute mark, I'm dropping the bombshell of what I saw when I woke up that morning. So picture this. It's a Saturday morning. I'm in my PJs, sipping my coffee, ready for a chill day. I look out my window, and what is that? My backyard is gone. I mean, not literally, but it's been transformed into a full-on wedding venue. We're talking white tents, floral arches, tables with those fancy tablecloths, and at least 210 people, caterers, guests, a DJ, the works. I'm standing there, jaw on the floor, thinking, did I miss an invite to my OWN property? I run outside, and there's Karen strutting around like she's the queen of this wedding. She's got her clipboard, directing caterers, yelling at some poor guy about napkin folds. I'm like, Karen, what the hell is going on? She turns to me, cool as a cucumber, and says, oh, don't worry. I'm just borrowing your yard for my daughter's wedding. It's fine. Borrowing, lady, you didn't ask. I'm fuming, but she just waves me off like I'm the one being unreasonable. Guys, have you ever had someone just take over your space like that? Drop it in the comments, because I need to know I'm not alone here. To understand how we got here. Let me give you the tea on Karen. This woman has been a thorn in my side since I moved in 5 years ago. The first week, she showed up at my door with a list of HOA violations. My welcome mat was too colorful. I kid you not. Over the years, she's escalated. She once tried to fine me for planting roses because they weren't approved flora. Who even says approved flora? But here's the kicker. Karen's got this massive house, but her backyard is tiny. Like postage stamp, tiny. And her daughter, Brittany, is getting married. Apparently, Karen decided my backyard was the perfect venue without asking me. Why? Because in her mind, she runs this neighborhood. Now, I'm not a confrontational guy, but this was my breaking point. I start asking around, and turns out Karen didn't just forget to ask me. She told the wedding planner, my yard was communal property because it's not fenced in yet. Communal. This ain't a park, Karen. I paid for this land. But here's where it gets juicy. I overhear one of the caterers say the wedding cost $50,000, 50 grand. And Karen's using my property to flex. Oh, hell no. Stick around, because at the 10-minute mark, I'm revealing how I turned the tables on her. So I march up to Karen. Right in the middle of her directing the florist, and I say, Karen, you need to shut this down now. This is my property. She looks at me like I'm the one crashing her party and says, "Don't make a scene. This is Brittany's special day." Special day. I'm about to lose it. But then I notice the guests staring. There's this one guy, the bride's uncle, who's already 3 drinks in, giving me a thumbs up like, "Go get her, man." I'm trying not to laugh, but I'm livid. I tell her, "You've got 1 hour to clear out, or I'm calling the cops." Karen, of course, doesn't budge. She starts quoting HOA bylaws, saying my yard is technically under HOA jurisdiction because it's visible from the street. I'm like, "Karen, you're making this up." At this point, the DJ starts blasting music and I can't even hear myself think. Guests are dancing, kids are running around, and someone's uncle is doing the worm on my grass. My poor lawn. I'm standing there watching my property turn into Coachella and I realize I need a plan, a big plan. And trust me, it's coming. But first, hit that subscribe button if you're loving this drama, because we're about to get to the good part. Asterisk. All right, I'm not letting Karen win this one. I go back inside, grab my phone, and start recording everything. Tents, tables, the whole circus. Evidence, baby. Then I call up my buddy Mike, who's a lawyer and lives down the street. Dealt with Karen before? She once tried to fine him for parking his car diagonally. He's like, "Well, this is war." We dig into the HOA bylaws, and guess what? Karen's full of it. My property is mine, period. No communal nonsense. But here's the twist. Mike says I can't just kick everyone out without risking a PR nightmare. I need to play smart. Asterisk. So I start rallying the neighbors.
Turns
out, Karen's been pulling this kind of stuff for years, bullying people into compliance. My neighbor Sarah says Karen once made her repaint her garage because it was too beige. Too beige. We form a little anti-Karen alliance, and they're all in for payback. But I'm not done yet. I find out the wedding planner thought Karen owned my yard because Karen lied. The planner's mortified, but Karen's paying her, so she's stuck. That's when I get an idea. Big one. Stick with me, because at the 30-minute mark, I'm dropping the moment Karen's world starts to crumble. Asterisk, here's where it gets good. I call the county sheriff's office not to arrest anyone, but to file a report for trespassing. I show them my property deed, the video evidence, everything. The deputy's like, "Yeah, this is wild." Meanwhile, Mike's working on a cease and desist letter for Karen, citing HOA violations she's breaking by hosting an unpermitted event. Oh, the irony. But I'm not stopping there. I get in touch with the wedding planner privately and explain the situation. She's furious at Karen for lying, but can't cancel the wedding mid-event. So, I offer a deal. I'll let the wedding continue if she agrees to make a public announcement. Asterisk. Yup, you heard that right. The planner takes the mic during the speeches and says, "Just a quick note. This beautiful venue is actually your name, private property, and we're so grateful he's allowing us to use it today." The crowd starts clapping, thinking I'm some generous saint, while Karen's face turns beet red. She's cornered. She can't admit she stole my yard without looking like a total fool. The guests start coming up to me, thanking me, and I'm just nodding like, "No problem," while Karen's fuming in the corner. But wait, there's more. Drop a comment if you're loving this karma, and let's keep going. Asterisk. So, the wedding wraps up, but Karen's troubles are just beginning. The HOA board gets wind of her stunt and calls an emergency meeting. Turns out Karen's been misusing her authority for years, and this wedding was the last straw. Neighbors start spilling. The T fines, threats, you name it. The board votes to remove her as HOA president. And she's hit with a $5,000 fine for unpermitted use of private property. Plus, I file a small claims case for damages to my lawn grass. Doesn't grow back overnight, people. Karen tries to fight it, but my videos and the planner's testimony seal the deal. She's out thousands. Her reputation's trashed. And the neighborhood's throwing a block party to celebrate in my yard, with my permission this time. Asterisk, looking back, this was the craziest thing I've ever dealt with. Karen thought she could bulldoze her way through life, but karma always catches up. My yard's recovering, the neighborhood's happier, and I've got a story to tell for years. But seriously, you guys, This is why we share these stories. It's about standing up to bullies, whether they're Karens, HOAs, or anyone else. So, tell me in the comments, what's the wildest neighbor drama you've been through? Did you get your own karma moment? And if you're new here, smash that subscribe button. We've got more stories like this coming, and you don't want to miss them.
So I'm chopping wood at my grandpa's cabin deep in the mountains, when a stranger pulls up and says, "You're in violation of HOA rules," except there's no HOA, and she's never been here in her life. Turns out, this was Karen, and she was about to learn the hard way. We don't play games on Grandpa's land. Grandpa's cabin has been in the family for 40 years, private property, no neighbors, and definitely not part of any HOA. This woman drove up with a clipboard, an attitude, saying the cabin violated landscaping guidelines and needed to be repainted. I told her she had the wrong place. She told me I was squatting. She started taking pictures, said she was reporting us to the HOA board, then actually called the sheriff. I called Grandpa. He said, "Good, let's clear this up permanently." Grandpa shows up in full ranger gear, deed survey maps, and a copy of the original land grant. The sheriff arrives, looks at the paperwork, and flat out tells Karen, "Ma'am, this isn't HOA land. You're trespassing. Leave now." Karen turned red, mumbled something about community standards, then sped off. She never came back. But Grandpa framed the deed and hung it by the door. What would you do if someone tried to claim your family land? Drop it in the comments. Like, subscribe, and turn on the bell for more wild HOA stories, new ones every week.